Alrighty, what's up, y'all? Welcome back to my channel. I think I have a name for this channel now, and I'm not gonna say it yet. I want to see. I have a name in mind, so yeah. Welcome, girl. That is my dog. His ass is in the cage because he got in trouble for pissing on my floor, and he ain't getting out the cage. Okay. So, anyways, no, I'm gonna take him. He's in trouble. He's not getting out that crate. He's used to this. What I'll do is when he's in trouble, he'll cry and he'll be like, "Let me out, let me out," and I'll be like, "Fine." But this time, I'm not falling for it. I'm not falling for his antics again. I can't do it. Hold on, let me see something, because I don't think you can hear me. I have to put. There's something wrong with the audio on my computer. Close. Cool. So the AirPods are connected. Sorry about that if you couldn't hear me at first. It's something wrong with the audio on my computer. So yeah. So today I'm going to be talking about self-image. By self-image, I mean, it's pretty much self-explanatory. If you don't really know what self-image is, I don't. No, I'm not going to judge you. I'm not going to be judgy. Self-image is like the way that you see yourself, self-perception. And this is something, girl, give me a second. If the door's open, I have this thing like where I just feel like someone's like, even though I live alone, I just have this thing where I feel like someone's just sticking their head in the door like, "Hey bitch, how you doing?" "Hey Joy, how you doing?" Even though there's obviously no one here but me. I don't know. I don't know if I'm the only person who does that, but yeah, I have that thing. So today we're going to be talking about self-image, creating a positive. Girl, calm down. Okay. I'm just really happy. I came from a wedding, so I have a lot of energy with me. I have a lot of energy to me, so I'm very happy. So, excuse me. I don't have corona, girl. Don't do that. I'm not infected. But anyway, self-image is a very important topic for me because it's something that I struggled with for such a long time. If you do not know, I was born with facial paralysis. The medical term specifically that fits me is Erb's palsy, where the left side of my face kind of lags and droops more than the right side of my face. So my face is asymmetrical, even though there is symmetry because I'm like, hey, you see it. My face is overall asymmetrical. As I say that, it looks like it's not. But, like, if I do, like, this. And growing up, that's something that kids would often point out to me. High schoolers, middle schoolers, elementary kids, teachers, adults was pointed out to my parental figures. It was something that always bothered me. And that allowed me to create a negative... Sorry. Let me fix that. I'm sorry. And that led me to create a negative image of myself in my head. And I just want to say this, as far as self-perception, honestly, you could be the most gorgeous girl in the room or the ugliest girl in the room. It does not matter, girl, male, female, they, them, anything in between. Excuse me, I don't want to offend anybody. It does not matter what you think you look like in comparison to the next person. It's all about what matters. It matters. Sorry. A little manic. Some people are gonna watch this video and be like, "Do you see why is she acting like that?" I'm sorry. I'm not on drugs. I promise. Right hand to God. I don't do drugs. But girl, I lost my train of thought. Long story short, I had a negative perception of myself. I do have a few photographs that I will insert. At one point, you couldn't get me to stand in front of a camera to save my life. I avoided cameras. I remember I have this distinct memory of my little brother asking me, "Joy, why don't you look in the mirror?" And I was like, first of all, he was He was like maybe 14 at the time, and he just snatched my soul out of my body, talking about, why don't you look at me? Yeah, I was just like, what type of kid says that? Like, my little brother has said some wild stuff to me that really had my heart like pumping. He's just really intelligent. So yeah, and that was when it kind of got brought to my attention by a family member, someone who's so innocent and sweet, that you have a very low perception of yourself and other people can see it. I used to date guys, and I still date guys, by the way. I'm just saying, like, when my perception of myself was really bad, I used to date guys. Girl. I still date men, I promise you. Nothing else. um, anyways, back then it was at one point where it was hard for me to make eye contact with guys who found me attractive. There was something in the back of my head that always told me, like, he's lying to you, girl. He does not think you're attractive. Like, how could anyone think you're attractive? Because you're fucking ugly, like, duh. But at the end of the day, now that I'm in a better space mentally, you see it. You see it. Y'all see me without makeup. You see it. Why was I tripping? And so it was difficult for me to even speak, make eye contact, get close to guys. I was never really affectionate, but guys would want to touch on me and stuff, like hugs, innocent stuff. Don't think like that. Innocent things like hugging and kissing, and I just felt so low as far as my self-esteem that I just felt disgusted with myself. That was in my age that I was really into, and with him, I really, oh girl, not love. I had a strong infatuation with him, and even for him, even my connection with him was pretty like surface level, because I thought so poorly and low of myself that I wasn't able to make a connection with a guy that was anything beyond looks. I was pretty shallow, you know what I mean? And people may hear that word and think, oh, attractive people are shallow. No, people with low self-esteem, they're shallow. People who are shallow, they have a very low self-esteem, so they care about things that are surface level, and they can't get past, and I know this speaking from experience, I couldn't get past the outside perception of myself, and I definitely couldn't get past the outside perception of someone else. So it was, this is gonna sound whack, and it is whack, and I obviously don't do this anymore, but if I liked a guy and I had a friend or a family member telling me, oh, but look at that nigga's shoes, ugh, you like him? Look at his shoes. Question for you. What are those? What? Then I would be like, oh my God, but his shoes are busted though. What is wrong with me? Like, why would I? Sorry, I don't know if you can hear me. I would be like, oh my God, but his shoes are busted though. Like, what's wrong with me? Why would I want to talk to? Why don't I want to talk to him if his shoes are so busted? But when you're secure in yourself and you choose somebody, there's nothing anybody else can say about that person, the person of your choice, that would deter you from that connection. But when you are shallow, as I was, when you care about image and you're also slightly disgusted with yourself, anything can deter you from a person that you're looking to connect with, because I found myself so disgusting that, like, I wanted my partner to...
Oh, I can't be ugly. I can't be ugly. Am I ugly? Am I ugly? My eyes! My eyes! I'm ugly.
But I also, and the reason why I really thought of this video is because I I'm gonna include images, by the way. There was a time where I believe I weighed, when I was in high school, I weighed about 130 to 140. Now, I weigh a lot. I'm not gonna say how much because, girl, I don't care. I weigh 255. I weigh a lot, and I'm working on it. The antidepressants, it makes you gain weight. I lost weight, and then I gained it right back because of the antidepressants. So yeah, I'm working on it, whatever. But there was a time where I weighed between 130 and 140, and every fiber of my being just told me, dog, I'm fat. Like, if you had a conversation with me when I was that weight, you would think that I weighed 700 pounds. I'm going to insert clips, or images. And I thought that I was the most grotesque looking girl, and I thought that whenever people would stare at me or tell me, oh, you're pretty, it was like a backhanded compliment, and it was like psychological warfare. I thought so poorly of myself that I wasn't able to see that other people saw me for who I am. And I don't know, I did. Getting bullied in the household, getting bullied at school, it didn't help my self-esteem, of course. But having a face that was different, as far as the paralysis, it definitely didn't help either. Because I wanted to look like everyone else. I wanted a smile that is just like perfect, like everybody else's smile. Today that smile doesn't look as bad. Some days it's more droopy than the others. Today it's not that droopy, so shout out to me. Yeah, and then I had this best friend when I was in middle school, and she was a model, and she was into makeup, so I started to wear makeup and everything. And even then, like, this is before TikTok and Instagram was a thing. People were constantly telling me, like, you have on too much makeup. That makeup makes you look old. You look like a tranny with that makeup. Like, I would just get so many insults revolving around my makeup, but then on the other end, I would get compliments. But when you're a shallow, insecure person and you're disgusted with yourself, any comment that's negative is always going to outweigh the positive.
Well, maybe it's just because you're ugly.
Ugly? You gotta be kidding me.
Better try the reflection test. Ugly.
Oh, no!
But I have these times where I go through my phone and I'll look back at pictures and images of when I was at 130 to 140, and I'll be like, damn, I was so hard on myself and I was gorgeous and I had no idea. Every guy I've ever dated, and this is nothing to brag about, but these are things that I wish I would have noticed, as far as, not that men can recognize my beauty more than I can, but long story short, every guy that I've ever dated, the first thing they would say to me is tell me how pretty I am. I've had guys unable to speak, go inaudible, bitch, and I would just, I was also kind of slow in my defense. I would just be like, are you okay? I'm thinking back to this one guy. This one guy, he took me to Outback, and he was sorry if I'm loud, but he was trying to have conversation with me, and he just kept stumbling over his words, and he got so nervous he ran to the bathroom to shake, but came out of his bed. And he tried to tell me it was because he was nervous. He tried to tell me it was because he was nervous. And I was just like, no, what? That's not a good excuse for me. This guy, oh God, I hope he doesn't watch this. Now I feel bad. He won't watch it, girl. This guy, he took me on a date. He took me to Outback, and he got diarrhea and messed up his pants a little bit. And he tried to tell me it's because he was nervous to talk to me. But that's not what I meant by guys getting nervous around me. But I've been around guys who are unable to speak. You ever see that in a movie where the guy meets girl and he's so taken aback by her beauty that he's just he can't find the words.
So yeah.
I mean, what
What is, I'm sorry. What do you feel in terms of like excitement about the performances tonight? Who are you looking forward to?
I'm looking forward to Kanye West.
Human beings put so much on what a person looks like. Yes, you know, I get that men want to be with women who are beautiful, whatever, but honestly, like that beauty fades. It means nothing really. And the way that I see myself, it doesn't really matter how other people view me, but it matters how I view myself. If I constantly tell myself, "You're ugly, you're fat, you're this, you're that, you're sloppy, you're too dark, you're da, you got a double chin, you got a man neck," like that's weird. Like, you can't, like I'm not gonna keep emotionally abusing myself just to, constantly remind myself that I might not be the picture perfect American blonde bimbo beauty. I didn't mean to say bimbo, I'm sorry. Blonde beauty. Maybe I'm not like that, and that's cool. That's fine. What matters is how I feel about myself, how I view myself, because honestly, we're very high status. I've dated guys who are very high status, doctors, lawyers, basketball players, football players, and at the end of the day, none of that shit mattered because I didn't view myself as anything. So me talking to someone who had millions of dollars in the bank, a real estate mogul, tycoon, whatever, that meant nothing because in my head I was ugly, and ugly bitches do ugly stuff. So if you believe that you're ugly, everything else doesn't matter. And I look back at those photographs and I'm like, bro, why was I so hard on myself? Like, I was just a girl, you know what I mean? I was a girl growing into my body and I was so hateful towards myself. I adapted the hateful the hateful energy that was kind of given thrown my way as a child. But at the end of the day, is that my cat? That's my cat. Come on, Moon. Moonlight, I think you want to be. I'm not gonna get him too close because he's like gonna mess with my. He's so cute, isn't he? All right. So at the end of the day, long story short, um, that should be the name of the channel? Long story short, because that's like my go-to. Look at his hair. Gosh, uh, I don't have corona. Excuse me. But that's my whole point is just love yourself. And it's not easy, and I know it's one of those things that are so cliche to say. And if you're not there, you'll get there. And I hate it when people do this thing where they stunt and they're like, "I'm prettier than you." And I've done it before, but try not to do that too often. Do that when you gotta let a hoe know. But try not to do that too often, ladies and gentlemen, and everything in between and non-binaries. Try not to do it too often because it just it reads weird. Because you act for me, I would do things like that, but I would also be very obviously insecure about my body shape. And I'm not like, girl, you see it. I'm not like, I'm not, my thing, the reason why I was insecure, let's talk about that. The reason why I was really insecure about my body was because I was constantly overly sexualized from my body. Like, I have the full package, thick, let's just say curvy. I'm not about to stand up and give y'all a show. That's not what this is, okay? Nah, none of that. But curvy. Let's just, keep it PG-13 now. Curvy. And I would constantly be treated away with guys where they wouldn't, anything that I said, you know, it wouldn't be taken too seriously, and they would try to get close to me, but close enough that they thought that they had a shot with me, you know what I mean? And I didn't think I was attractive. So for me, I thought that these guys were like, I see now that they were trying to get a shot with me, but now at that time, I thought that these guys were my friends. You know what I mean? I thought these guys were someone who cared about me, and when things would go left, I would be hurt because I didn't see my own worth and my own value. I didn't see, and people exploit that, whether it's male, female, anything. Like people exploit when you don't hold yourself with a certain, with a certain, suave confidence. People exploit that. So just know, like, if you are super insecure and you hold like a resentment for your looks or whatever, it's it's very visible and it's not attractive. But you're not alone. There's so many people on this planet, celebrities who have had self images issues. Why do you think all these celebrities run to the doctor to get this snipped, this tucked, this done, this filter, this? They are like literally walking filters. So, and there's nothing wrong with that. Do what makes you happy, whatever. But just know, like, at the end of the day, if you go to a doctor's office with the mindset that you're disgusted with your nose or your lips or something like that, and they fix it, and they do their surgery, you're gonna find the next thing to be disgusted with. So just keep that in mind. Anyway, so this is this painting that I've done. Sorry, it's not a painting, it's a sketch. I'm like, you can't really see it, and this is me. I also include footage, but obviously this is me. This is my first self-portrait. It's a sketch. And we have some oil pastels in there. And I was considering adding watercolor, but I think that it's done pretty much. And from that paint, sorry, I'm gonna go hold it up and speak with reference it. Now, peep I peep I did my peep I drew myself asymmetrical. Because that's who I am. I have an asymmetrical face, but I'm still that bitch. So try it if you want to, huh? I'm kidding. God, please forgive me. But look at her. She looks like she's in a daze. And I'll show the photograph of what inspired this image. 'Cause it's like I was in the car and I took an image. I took a photo. I took a selfie while I was driving. I was actually having a really bad day that day, guys. Like I was subject to some workplace violence. Yeah, I was. I was. And that day I was off from that job and I was just thinking about, damn, girl, that's why I'm holding my head. Girl, I gotta go back to work tomorrow, girl. And I had used that day to go get my car, tuned up or whatever at the dealership. So I was pretty much all over the place. And then at that time, too, this was like only last year, I still had that deep disgust for myself. I guess disgust is a very strong word, but like that's the only thing that I can really think that takes the cake. You know what I mean? Like there was a very bad relationship that I had with myself. I don't know, girl, you figure it out. But that's me. I drew my facial paralysis in, so you can see the left side is drooping a bit more. One eye is bigger than the other. One nostril's a little bit more flared, and my lips are drooping. But my eyebrows, girl, let me see. Do y'all know? Do you know about my eyebrows? My eyebrows are always what? On fleek. Always. Even when they're not done. Do you know that my eyebrows, my real my eyebrows without makeup are always on fleek? Did you know that? You probably didn't, because you don't know nobody like me, do you? You just have to guess yourself. Um, yeah. Oh, let me finish explaining, sorry. But my wig is itching. I had a really good day today. Girl, before I get into that, let me do one thing at a time. Stop distracting me. Um, so for me, the rose, sorry, girl, for me, the flower symbolizes beauty. It's, if you notice, it's something that, aside from myself, is the biggest thing on the page. And it's because to me, I believe that we are all beautiful. I really truly believe that. And also like I could have used my art and depicted beauty in her face, but for me it was something that should have been depicted separately from facial structure because the face is genetics, you know what I mean? Like you can't help your genetics, but what makes a person truly beautifully, what makes a person truly beautiful is what lies within, and that's something you 1000% can help. That's something you 1000%. Oh, 12%. That's something that you 1000% can help. That's something that you can definitely change if you are like a nasty person. You can get help and get better, sis. Just stay away from me though. Anywho, and then at the top, so noticing that the red marks represent anxiety, and the reason why that is something that's super important to me when it comes to self-image is because on my road of recovery, it's been extremely a very anxious anxiety. Like that's the word that comes to mind when it comes to creating confidence and building up confidence in myself. Because like at the end of the day, girl, like you can you can look in the mirror and say you're beautiful, but when it comes to meeting new people, I'll think to myself, they're gonna notice my facial paralysis and it will make me so anxious. And anxiety to me is just like a bunch of like very like you see peep the details. Peep the details. For me it's like that it's like a never ending cycle and it just grows and grows and festers. It's big in some places and smaller in the other, you know? Um that's just something I've had challenges with. They're gonna notice my facial paralysis, or deeper than that, my skin tone. Like if I interact with people who are non-black, specifically, also black people, but especially non-black people, I'll constantly like, oh my God, if I wear a white dress, they're gonna notice how dark my skin is. Things like that, and it would just be this ongoing internal battle, and it would just make me so anxious, like so jumpy, anxious, like the wheels are turning, ruminating. I'm just making up scenarios in my head at this point about how like little Timmy is gonna go home and talk shit to his wife about how dark my skin is. Like just stuff like that. And it's so draining and it's emotional torture that I put myself through because I didn't have the intellectual capacity to understand that hey, beauty is subjective. Hey, it starts with confidence first. Not intellectual capacity, sorry, emotional capacity. I couldn't put those two things together. And that's where therapy has really helped me because for one, my therapist pumps me up. She does. She does. But also she helped me realize that the way I look, think, and feel about myself is something in my control and everything else is not. So the only relationship that we truly have control over is the ones that we build with ourselves. And what I mean by that is this. Boom. You ever been in a relationship with someone and what the heck was that noise, bro? Can you guys hear me? Hold on. Sorry about that. My computer is wilding out, and I'm using my computer, and I sometimes use my phone, but honestly, it's easier to use my computer. So sorry that I just had a little interruption. um, as I was saying, it's super important to build a relationship with yourself. And the only relationship that you'll ever have in life that you have truly 100% control of is the relationship that you have with yourself. Have you ever been with someone, a friend, a friend, a family member, um, a spouse? Have you ever had a relationship with them and you just think you kick yourself in the shit and you're just like, I don't understand why they do the things that they do. Like, don't they know that it's gonna hurt me? Or you just want to, kind of control their actions, and you kind of find yourself nitpicking on the certain things that they say or do. It's because you don't have a relationship with yourself and you don't necessarily understand that the only relationship that you can control is yours. Yours. I control how I treat Joy. I control how often I take Joy on dates. I control the nice, beautiful things I do for Joy. I control the places and the people Joy's around. I control all of those things. No one else does that but Joy. And if I don't have that relationship with myself, what? That's scary. I've been there, girl. Had no relationship with myself, but I was looking for a relationship with other for people outside of me. I've been there. Misery, misery, all. Wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy. Wouldn't. Misery. Oh, girl. I know I need to shave. Don't come for me. But misery. I wouldn't wish it on my worst. Come on. I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy, and it's right. He's so cute. Wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy, and it's because that was the most. I've been abandoned by parental figures. I've been abandoned by relationships. I have been abandoned a couple of times in my life. But the most hurtful abandonment that I've ever experienced was when the times that I abandoned myself. And self-abandonment looks like it. I don't even want to get into it. It's a painful topic, girl. Now I'm about to cry. But anyways, um, and what led me to abandon myself was thinking so poorly of myself, thinking so like irrationally, like being so easily bothered by everything and looking for, just something outside of myself that would give me that sense of acceptance. And girl, don't do that because you're gonna be looking for, oh, not my computer about this. Um, anyways, yeah, the best relationship you can have is with yourself. So I completely lost my train of thought, but I already explained the red is representation of anxiety. The dark clouds, I would say, best represents the negative self talk, the negative thoughts that I have. Oh, this person won't like me because like my lips are too big. This person won't like me because my nose is huge. Like he definitely hates my nose. Like this person, he hates my nose. He wants me to cut my nose off and feed it to a dog or something. Like he hates my nose. Like that's what that is given. The thunder is a representation of how often it strikes and how with the validity, how limited vocabulary. I hate that. The thunder is a lightning is how a representation of how often the thoughts come because lightning strikes like and often um it strikes like in similar spaces, correct? Like it strikes often and it also strikes like close together. So and it truly captures the magnitude and the weight. Like if you know anyone okay, that's I was gonna say if you know anyone who's been struck by lightning, but I hope you fucking don't. Like what? That was terrible. But if you've ever seen what a branch or for the most part, once you see a tree's been struck by lightning, it's pretty hard to see it. You know what I mean? The tree is left completely intact, but oftentimes the tree splits in two completely, or it's like truly damaged where a piece of it gets separated from the whole tree. And that's how I feel about my negative thoughts. Now, if you see a tree directly at this is actually like if you see the trees the next day after gotten struck by lightning, it just looks literally like someone took a hatch and just in the middle of the tree. But if you see it while it's happening, and that kind of it it's on fire, there's some flames, and that coincides with what goes on inside in the mind if you have a very poor self-esteem and very poor image of yourself. And that may not be something that other people can see. Like, it's not often that you'll just be sitting there and watch a tree get struck by lightning. No, but you'll see the aftermath of it. And even in the aftermath of it, you wouldn't, unless you were like an intelligent person, like a regular person, someone who doesn't know what a tree lightning strikes looks like, they wouldn't know. You wouldn't know. It would just look like, why did someone hack that tree like that? Oh no, Joy, someone that was lightning. What? Not me trying to act it out. What? You know what I mean? So, and I hope that makes sense. But that's what it means. That's what the lightning represents. How heavy the burden is of self-hate. It's like lightning striking. And as you can see, it's kind of parallel. On my left side, where the facial paralysis is, and you can see my face is asymmetrical on the left, and it's also drooping quite a bit, the lightning strikes the most. Because that's honestly, I have a lot of issues. Have a lot of things that bother me about myself, but the one that bothered me the most would definitely be the facial paralysis. But on my right side, I have the lightning is striking behind the beautiful flower. So, and that was done. Oh! Sorry, I almost dropped it. Like, girl. So let me show that again. Okay. On the right side. On the right side, the lightning is striking behind the beautiful flower, which obviously we know the flower represents beauty. And that is because once you find the beauty in yourself, you find all the things that you love about yourself, that lightning can strike, honey, but it's behind you. You know what I'm saying? Once you fall in love with yourself and you find your own beauty, the lightning still strikes. It comes and it goes, whatever. The storms may weather it, whatever. But you in love with yourself. So that is just over my little head. I don't pay no mind, girl. And yeah. So I'm gonna wrap this up. Anyways, thank you so much for tuning in. I will be back soon. My goal is to do these videos every day, but as you can see, they're pretty long and it's difficult right now. So bye. Like, comment, and subscribe. 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 I'm gonna cut this out because what am I doing? Like, comment, and subscribe. 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 Alright, if you found this video helpful, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Also, share this video with a friend. Tell them to watch it to the end, and when you get to this point, go ahead and comment something crazy like lifesavers in the comments so I can know you watched it to the end. Like, comment, and subscribe. Is that what you guys do on YouTube? Like, is that how you like get subscribers? You like, is this what you do? Should I wear my hair like this tomorrow? My wig is. Y'all like that I finally wore a real wig, like instead of that synthetic wig. So look at this. And nobody tell me this shit was probably popping off all day too. Nobody told me. Nobody told me that the road would be easy. Nobody told me that I'll stay strong.